So on with my more chores for the dirt ranch. One of the things that I needed to do was we had a bunch of from whenever these trees, these big eucalyptus were trimmed. So we got a bunch of wood chips off of them, and they were blown basically up against the side of this tree here. And so I don't know, the other day I just got to noticing that tree, the one on the west, looks to be a whole lot healthier than this tree here on the east. And I know there's a bunch of different growing factors and stuff, but these trees have always done really well here. So I went to clearing away the all of the wood chips that were blown up on there, and I came across this, like some type of a fungus that was growing all up on here. You can see where it's kind of was attached to the tree. Anyways, pretty good sized chunk. I think there's still some of it, down here. But as I'm chipping away at this thing, I put my little piece of wood right into that side right there, and it went in pretty easy. Right here. So that is definitely decaying. This is kind of a big deal because this tree, now this is the tree we used to swing off of whenever I was a kid, and a lot of good memories associated with this tree. But I understand that trees, just like everything else, are going to die at some point. And that would be very sad if this tree was in that situation. But what would be worse is if this tree was to fall down on one of my grandchildren, or the shop that's going to go out there, or me, or into the other tree. I don't know. So, I mean, it doesn't look dead. There's lots of growth on there. Things growing. There are some dead limbs up there, but like the large trunks, that's very nice and green. That looks dead. This one looks dead. But I don't know. This just didn't fill up like the other one did after it got cut back. So I'm going to do a little more excavation around the bottom of this thing here, see how far that goes. This has been going for a while. I'm not saying that it was from the people who did the wood trimming. I think they did a good job. You can see there that bark has grown down. Get the sun off the lens here. Has grown down onto that, and that is definitely got some issues going up there. All this right here was just, and still is, got a bunch of just, this bark that the eucalyptus has, all falls down into the little crotch area here from this offshoot and just gathered. And so this was filled all the way up to this top of this right here. That was all of this business, and then that line continues around there. That was all of the wood chips and such. So if we get any treeologists out there, or woodophiles, or anybody who knows stuff about trees, it'd be awesome to know about this. I feel like it's kind of a bad thing, being that it's right there on the bottom. So my confidence level is not super high. that was the limb right there. Right there where we got this green rope hanging off of. That's where where it tied off. And then we would get from there and we'd jump on this limb right here. We'd climb up on this side over here, go over to this limb right around there, and then somebody would throw the rope up, and then the person would jump on that and swing down way out to there. I'll back up and give you a full size view of it. Over here at the future location of my shop, I hope. So here you can see, let me back out a little bit more. Here you can see the difference between those trees. The one on the left, that's the west side, is very much happy. And the one on the right is very much sad. So that would be a shame to lose that tree, but I'd rather know it now than later. So I think we'll be calling the tree doctor. If anybody knows a tree doctor, I'd love to have a phone number. Yeah, good times. Right there on that limb, swing way out there to about the same height, about the same distance away, and then back again. And then we would do some stuff where whoever threw the rope up, so me and my brother Vince would be primarily the ones who do this, throw the rope up and I'd catch it, and then I would jump off and swing back this way. Meanwhile, Vince is scurrying up the tree and he'd get up there, so whenever I'd come back this way, I'd turn around so my feet are facing him. He would jump off that and then onto me, and then we would swing almost higher because of the added momentum and all that. And the most epic of times was whenever the rope broke. What's in front of my lens here? Oh, that's that. The rope broke, and at that time I happened to be on the bottom, so I was the one who swung first out here and then swung back, and then Vince jumped on, and then right about here we felt it go crack. Back over this way, Granny parked her Buick right over here, so we got it just right. So the rope broke on our upswing before we reached the apex, so we still had momentum going up whenever it broke, and so we didn't get quite as high, but we flew out to there somewhere with me on the bottom and Vince on the top. So that might explain some of my issues. It was a great time though. Possibly the only person in the world who ever had a better childhood than me was, I don't know, maybe Mark Twain. Or at least he made the most out of it. Alright, so I guess back to my rat killing and such. Oh, the reason I was over here with the backhoe was because there was a boatload of cement that was here the other day, whenever I was tilling up the land with my rototiller. I hit a whole slab of cement here, and so the time I didn't want to go put the backhoe on to dig it up, so I dug it up with the front end loader, and I got the most of it apparently. So it was always one of those, if I get time to do this and I have the backhoe on here, I'm just going to do it. So I've been driving through here quite a bit lately, and I thought I might as well just go ahead and do it. I got the backhoe on. I'm going to take the backhoe off pretty soon, and so I wanted to go ahead and get it done. And there was no more cement, so I mean there's lots of little chunks here, so I'll pick that up. But those of you who have watched the channel before know that this is going to be the kids play area. So whenever we have grandchildren are over, this is where they're going to be kind of hanging out, and we'll be able to watch them from the backyard over here or from the shop whenever it gets put in. It's a nice shady area. Stays pretty shady most of the day. Of course, that's with 2 trees. We'll have to see how that goes. Got zip lines planned in here. We got slides. Good old Dennis the Menace type of slides too. If you guys ever went to Dennis the Menace Park, that's what I'm wanting to try to do. I saw a dude on YouTube make some, and if I can remember what it was or search it up, I'll put it below. Otherwise, you'll see me building it at some point. And a tree house and just all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. So all we'll need then is grandchildren here. So I guess children, they don't have to be ours, but we'll probably test it on some kids just to make sure. Make sure it's safe before our grandkids get on there. I'm kidding. Unless you got kids that want to, take some test rides. All right, so we're getting ready for Rachel's little shindig here for her birthday, and I am going to pick up some rocks and probably call it a day. So appreciate you hanging out here at the Dirt Ranch, and thank you for taking the time to come check us out. It means a lot whenever you guys comment. Put a comment below, and subscribe and share it and all that other kind of good stuff. I'd appreciate it. It helps us out with YouTube and the algorithm and all that business. I probably will put this up this weekend. I'm going to try to, if the audio holds out. I'm still having issues with audio, so I may just put some stuff up there and it'll look like I'm in a Japanese low-budget karate film. Words. Anyways, till then, take it easy. See ya.